Come on, don't scare them like that. Sakaurami! Don't tell me you poached them for your agency.
Ow! Hey, let go of me!
Come on, just have a drink with me. You're allowed at this hour, so you must be free, right?
President, look at this. We finally surpassed 100,000 followers.
You did it! All that effort we put into improving video quality really paid off.
Yes, and thank you for all your advice. Next, I'll aim for 200,000.
I'm Kyohei Akasaka, 29 years old. I run a management agency that represents female models and influencers. I was scouted as a model back in my student days due to my 190 centimeters height, but being tall was my only asset. It wasn't enough to survive in the industry, so I gave up modeling early on.
Please, Kyohei, you're the only one we can count on.
That's when some freelance models I met at a photo shoot begged me to help them. So I founded this agency to manage them. The models focus on self-promotion, while I handle negotiations, finances, and all the behind-the-scenes work. It's a small agency with only 5 people, but business has been going well. I was determined to keep pushing forward. But then...
President, we're really sorry, but we need to talk.
All of you together? What's going on?
We've talked it over and we've decided to leave the agency.
What? But why? We've been finally built up a solid following. Are you quitting modeling?
No, that's not it.
I've worked so hard to support your dreams. At least tell me why. My words only make them look away uncomfortably, unwilling to explain. Then, come on, don't scare them like that. A man steps in with a smirk. I know him. Sakaurami! Don't tell me you poached them for your agency. Grinning smugly, the man is Tsuyoshi Sakaurami, my old high school classmate and the son of a major entertainment industry mogul. I just couldn't stand watching these poor girls waste away in some no-name agency. I simply explained that staying here wouldn't make them any money. The world runs on cash, after all. There are better ways to do this. A blatant poaching like this. Watch your mouth. I'm not just your old classmate anymore. I'm the executive director of a major talent agency that dominates this industry. Meanwhile, you run a struggling little firm. You don't get to talk to me as an equal.
President, we're sorry, but we've decided to go with Sakaurami-san. Our minds are made up.
With a powerful supporter behind them, they had completely stopped listening. Realizing persuasion was pointless, I let them leave, watching coldly as Sakaurami took them away. What now? I lost all my models at once. I have to cancel upcoming events. There are so many problems to deal with. But for now, I just want to go home. Barely catching the last train, I got off at my station, feeling heavier than I had in a long time. As I trudged towards home...
Ow! Hey, let go of me!
Come on, just have a drink with me. You're allowed at this hour, so you must be free, right?
Even if I am, why the hell would I waste time with some old creep like you?
A drunk middle-aged businessman was gripping the wrist of a red-haired girl in front of a karaoke bar. Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing? She's clearly not interested. Moments like this, my height gives me unintended but useful intimidating presence. The drunk man looked up at me in terror before running away. You okay?
Thank you.
She had spoken harshly to the man, but now she was being unusually polite as she bowed to me. Aren't you going to tell me to buzz off or something?
Ugh.
Or complain that I'm annoyingly tall and in the way?
I would never say that. Do you want me to?
Nah, I don't have that kind of hobby. This area isn't exactly dangerous, but drunks roam around near last train hours. Are you heading home? It wasn't a personal question, yet she looked uneasy.
I can't go home.
Huh? Just to check, how old are you?
21?
So at least she's an adult. But seeing her shiver in the cold, I couldn't just leave her alone. You don't have to tell me everything, but if you want, I can listen. She bit her lip lightly, then introduced herself as Kaho Takanawa before explaining her circumstances.
I had a fight with my parents, so I've been couch surfing at friends' places. But tonight no one was available. I figured I'd sleep at a karaoke box, but then that creep came along.
She was still a college student. There was no way I could leave her like this. Then why don't you stay at my place?
Huh?
This karaoke bar closes at 2 a.m. After that, you'll be stranded again.
Wait, no, that's...
Since I worked with young models, I invited her without thinking. But of course, she would be cautious. Oh, my bad. My sister lives with me. Let me call her so you can talk to her first. Kaho nodded silently, so I immediately called my sister Tamaki.
Of course. It's late and it's dangerous out. Bring her over.
Tamaki had hosted many of the agency's models before, so she agreed without hesitation.
Thank you.
Finally, after speaking with Tamaki, Kaho relaxed and smiled for the first time.
Welcome! My brother's models stay over a lot, so don't worry and make yourself comfortable. Nice to meet you.
Tamaki, my younger sister by a year, works for a record company. She organizes auditions and interacts with young musicians all the time, so she's great at making people feel at ease. At first, Kaho was nervous, but she soon settled in. Since it was late, we decided to discuss things properly in the morning. The next day, Kaho opened up to us about herself.
Wait! You're a third-year law student at K University? And you already passed the preliminary bar exam.
That's seriously impressive. I never would have guessed.
Well, that was just... That drunk guy was annoying, so I acted rougher than usual. I think it's fine. Huh? I mean, if you don't usually talk like that, but end up using strong words in certain situations, maybe it's your way of protecting yourself. That's what I think. Huh? And the fact that you're staying away from home right now, at least here you don't have to worry about that. But still, I wish I'd seen it. A cute girl like you throwing harsh words at a drunk old man. That must have been a sight. Tamaki-san?
I can't help but admire my sister's natural ability to put people at ease. Sure enough, Kaho already seems to trust her, and without being asked, she gradually opens up.
The truth is, I had a huge fight with my parents about my future, and they told me to leave. So I got stubborn and walked out. This is my first time ever acting out. I see? Well, that kind of thing happens a lot in college. My brother had a tough time with our parents over his career, too. And besides, the way you acted out, dyeing your hair bright and getting a little rough with your words. It's honestly just adorable. Tamaki-san? Stop it already. Aww, there, you're so cute. So cute.
You two get on well.
Talking with you two calmed me down, and I've realized I was just being reckless. I'll keep going to school properly, and if it's okay, could I stay here until I make up with my parents? Of course! I want to talk with you more! Right, big bro?
Yeah, couch surfing at friends' place can't last forever. And it's still cold at night, I don't mind at all.
Thank you so much!
And so, Kaho started living with us for a while. With Tamaki around, I wasn't worried. That aside, my work is a mess. I need to find new models. When I told Tamaki that my entire roster had been poached, she immediately said she'd help. But it wasn't that simple. I guess I'll have to go through all my old model contacts. One night, while working in my office, Tamaki suddenly called me.
Big bro, this is huge. Come to that karaoke place right now. Hurry!
I rushed to the karaoke bar where Kaho had been harassed before, caught my breath, and opened the door. Huh? Kaho? Inside, Kaho was singing with a stunningly clear voice, one that could only belong to a professional. It felt less like hearing a song, and more like the music was resonating deep within my chest. Amazing. I was completely drawn into her world. Tamaki seemed to feel the same, quietly shedding tears as she listened. So, this is what she meant by something huge. Finishing her song, Kaho finally noticed that I had arrived.
Kyohei-san? You were here the whole time? That's so embarrassing.
That was incredible! I'm really moved. I had no idea you had this kind of talent.
Actually, this is what I fought with my parents about.
Kaho's parents are both lawyers. She had been raised to follow in their footsteps, dedicating herself to her studies. But deep down, she couldn't give up her dream of becoming a singer.
You don't have to choose just one. Why not aim for both? Being a lawyer and a singer.
I know it sounds easier said than done, but giving up on one dream would be a waste. You have an incredible talent and a drive to make it happen. We'll support you.
Thank you. Maybe I should try balancing both.
As she spoke, tears streamed down her cheeks.
I think I'll go home. I feel like I can finally face my parents and have an honest conversation.
After hearing Kaho's dream and determination, Tamaki and I encouraged her one last time before leaving the karaoke bar. But right outside, the atmosphere suddenly turned cold.
Oh, if it isn't Akasaka. What's up? Drowning your sorrows in karaoke since your agency is done for?
The last person I wanted to see right now. Tsuyoshi Sakaurami. Worst timing possible. None of your business. Let's go, everyone.
Pathetic. A loser to the core. I still don't get why she liked you back in high school. Back then, I got rejected for a ridiculous reason. Because she liked you. But now, our positions have completely reversed. Finally, I can move on. Feels great, later loser.
So that's why he's been harassing me all this time? Over some high school grudge? Tamaki and Kaho clenched their fists, biting their lips in frustration. Watching Tsuyoshi's back as he walked away, Kaho, I need you to teach me something.
Huh? You mean me?
Later, I asked Kaho to set aside some time so I could explain my situation in more detail. The models who left had signed 3-year contracts, with 2 years still remaining. For Tsuyoshi to poach all 5 of them at once had caused massive damages. He might be backed by the biggest power in the entertainment industry, but I have nothing left to lose.
Kyohei-san? Poaching on this scale might legally be considered an unjust business practice. You might be able to claim damages. But I'm still just a student. I can't actually help as a lawyer.
Kaho's legal knowledge was exactly what I needed to take action. That alone was enough. But she looked frustrated, perhaps feeling powerless. Then she suddenly spoke up again.
My parents can help draft the lawsuit, and I'll go with you to ask them.
And let me apologize to them at the same time. She smiled awkwardly, like she wasn't sure if she should be doing this, and for some reason, my heart skipped a beat. Meanwhile, at Tsuyoshi's office.
Sir, I hesitate to bring this up, but you've received an official document from the court.
Huh? I don't deal with that stuff. Just let the legal team handle it.
This one is special delivery. You can't refuse it. You should check it yourself.
Ugh, so annoying. Let's see, what the hell? A lawsuit? Plaintiff Kyohei Akasaka? Huh? What kind of joke is this? That idiot thinks he can sue me?
The summons date should be listed as well. What will you do?
If I feel like it, I'll show up. If not, I'll just ignore it and take the loss on purpose. I could just pay the fine and be done with it. You know the saying, rich men don't fight.
Understood.
Tsuyoshi acted like he had everything under control, but a much bigger problem was fast approaching.
Our next story. Major entertainment agency Sakaurami Productions, often called the biggest in the industry, is now facing multiple lawsuits from rival agencies seeking damages over talent poaching. More than 20 agencies have already filed lawsuits, with the total claims exceeding 300 million yen.
What the hell? Why are all these agencies suddenly turning against us?
I had started the movement, but apparently, discontent had been building up across the industry. When news of my lawsuit broke, other agencies realized that it was their chance to fight back.
Tsuyoshi, what is the meaning of this? Dad, listen. To recruit top talent, you have to take some risks. You understand that, don't you? Top talent? None of the so-called stars you brought in have made it big. And some risks? You've cost us 300 million yen in damages. You're suspended indefinitely.
Thank you so much. Because of you, we managed to land a serious blow against such a massive agency. A few days after the lawsuit settled, Kaho's parents came to my office to express their gratitude.
Not at all. We should be the one thanking you for looking after our daughter.
She's been so motivated lately. She can't stop talking about you. Akasaka-san this, Akasaka-san that. It's like a habit now.
A habit? That's really not necessary. Please continue to support her warmly.
Of course. By the way, was Kaho's new hairstyle your suggestion?
Hairstyle? What do you mean?
Sorry I'm late.
At that moment, Kaho entered the office, running a little late from her university classes. We had been in contact through calls and emails for legal advice, but this was the first time we'd met in 6 months. What? Kaho? You look like a completely different person. She had transformed. Her long red hair was gone, replaced by a sleek, short black bob.
I'm still a student, so I wanted to focus for the upcoming bar exam. It felt like a good way to reset.
Her parents smiled warmly, proud of her. Kaho, even with your own studies, you still found time to help us. Thank you. With this, I don't think Tsuyoshi will be causing trouble for a while. Then, Kaho pulled out the latest issue of Weekly magazine.
Not just stopping the harassment, things are about to get much, much worse for him.
Huh? Scandal in major agencies and TV networks? Executives covered up harassment of a female anchor. While lavishing entertainment agency leaders with special treatment, victim speaks out in tears? This is...
Yes, and judging by the article, they're talking about Tsuyoshi. His father, the company's CEO, is implicated as well.
He was even blackmailing TV networks?
It likely started with a brave female anchor coming forward, as investigative journalists dug deeper. Whistleblowers from inside the agency, people who had a grudge against the Sakaurami family, came forward too.
No surprise, considering how many enemies they must have made. After the weekly magazines exposed, the tide quickly turned. The glamorous entertainment industry, once seen as untouchable, was revealed to have a dark underbelly. A system riddled with corruption, favoritism, and exploitative practices. Media outlets run daily coverage. It became clear that TV networks had gone beyond simple bias. They had actively covered up and enabled systematic abuse. Public outrage didn't subside. Sponsors withdrew en masse, forcing both the networks and the Sakaurami family to hold press conferences. Is the victim's accusation true? Yes or no?
We're still investigating the situation.
Investigating? We're asking about your actions. What does your son, Executive Tsuyoshi, have to say?
Of course, it wasn't consensual, or rather, it wasn't forced or anything.
So are you saying these women crying as they testify are lying?
No, that's not what I...
Their press conference dragged on for hours, but their vague, evasive answers only made things worse. Eventually, with official police complaints being filed, the authorities took action. The Sakaurami father and son were arrested on multiple charges.
Tsuyoshi, this is all your fault. You made too many enemies. And now look at what's happened. This isn't fair. I was doing what you always did, Dad. Damn it.
Although the TV executives involved avoided criminal charges, they faced massive lawsuits and were forced to resign. But could the network ever regain the trust of sponsors and audiences? A long and painful road lay ahead. As for Sakaurami Productions, the company was swiftly dismantled. The 5 models who had abandoned me were left jobless, wondering with nowhere to go. But that was no longer my concern. Another 6 months passed. I had signed a few new models and was getting my agency back on track. Then I received long-awaited good news.
Kaho! Congratulations on passing the bar exam!
Passing as a university senior is seriously impressive. You worked so hard.
Thank you. If I hadn't met both you that night, I wouldn't be where I am now.
What are you talking about? We just supported you. This was all thanks to your own hard work.
Was it? I guess it's time for me to make a move. Huh? What do you mean? Remember when I recorded your karaoke performance? The higher-ups loved it! We're planning your official debut right after you finish your legal training. You even set that up?
Overwhelmed, Kaho broke down in tears.
Congratulations. Older lawyers sometimes start singing as a hobby. And there have been lawyer TV personalities who did music as a side gig. But a woman in her early 20s debuting as both a lawyer and a singer? That's never happened before.
You're amazing! And when the time comes, please sign your management contract with my agency.
Of course. Thank you so much. I'll give it my all. For now, I'll hold back these feelings just a little longer.
Kaho was about to achieve 2 seemingly incompatible dreams, being a lawyer and a singer. Her talents were undeniable, but the extra struggles for pursuing both weren't just twice as hard. Helping someone like her was a privilege and a huge responsibility. As a lawyer, she would protect people in crisis. As a singer, she would heal hearts. Her future would be busier than ever.
Hello, Brittany here. As someone trying to achieve one dream, I think Kaho is a little bit too lucky. But there you go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story and keep reaching for your dreams. I'll see you next time. Bye!